This Family Life News podcast is made possible by the support of listeners like you.
Welcome back to another edition of Hometown Heroes on Family Life. I'm Mark Webster, and this week, part 2 of our interview with Brittany Eisenman. She organized fellow Northwest Pennsylvania farm families to ship hay to North Carolina farmers in desperate need after flooding from the remnants of Hurricane Helene. Tell me a little bit more about the feedback you've gotten from the recipients, not only farm-wise, but faith-wise.
Oh my, it's been miraculous, the feedback we've received from folks that we have been able to deliver directly to in Western North Carolina and Eastern Tennessee. We also work with a wonderful organization called Civilian Disaster Relief Response, and they are incredible. They're our eyes and ears on the ground in North Carolina, and they are so sweet to share with us the stories that they receive back from folks who are able to receive our donations. The stories that we could tell about what folks have endured, what the farming community has endured in Western North Carolina and Eastern Tennessee is heartbreaking. But with every load that we send, we know that the Lord is sending them hope. Our prayer is not that they see us at all, but that they see the love and the light of Jesus through every load that they receive.
Most people are probably thinking this is a short-term thing, but is it?
Well, we don't know. We started this, because it was out of obedience to the Lord, and we have continued every day out of obedience to the Lord. And that kind of means, Mark, that we wake up in the morning, and if He brings us a hauler and He brings us a bail donation and He brings us a farmer in need, that we count that as a green light to keep going. And so we are just here to be obedient to Him, and whatever He has in store for us, we'll do. If He decides that the needs are filled with this specific project tomorrow, then I guess we're done tomorrow. And if it's months from now, we're done months from now. We anticipate the need for the farmers in Western North Carolina and Eastern Tennessee to stretch out into the spring and maybe even the summer months. Our goal is to get them through feeding-wise, their animals and their livestock through until essentially their hay crop can start growing again.
He told you when to start. I suppose, in a way, He'll eventually tell you when to stop. If he does.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So what is clear, this has meant a lot to those farmers that have been on the receiving end of this. What's it meant to you? So often we hear stories where the impact on the giver is even more than it is on the givee, if you will.
Absolutely. Well, it's been an incredible project, an incredible opportunity for my husband and I. It has blessed us in so many ways, but just to be obedient in the Lord, learning that daily. And the other lesson He has taught us time and time again is to trust, just growing in a deeper level of trust in Him, knowing that this is His project and we are just obedient servants in it. We get to experience that firsthand. But then what has really surprised me in the process, I didn't see coming, but it's so sweet that the Lord has done this, is truly the biggest impacts we see is on our haulers, especially those who have been able to deliver directly to farmers who have been impacted by the storm. The testimonies that they bring back, they get to see it firsthand, and they get to look into the eyes of folks in need, and they get to shake their hands and hug them and cry with them and hear their stories. And ultimately, every one of them in 104 loads have called me afterwards and said how they saw Jesus in all of it, and how they saw the Lord's hand, and so many God stories. So many of them, hundreds of them, have come back to us, and that has just been one of the sweetest parts about the whole thing. We could not do this without the partnership of our ministry. My husband and I sit on the board of a ministry. It's called Spurred to Victory Ministry. It's based out of New Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and we run the Hay Drive Project, underneath the umbrella of the ministry. Charlie and Renee Wyant, their family started the ministry, and they continue to spearhead. Charlie is our president, and they use horses to go out and preach the gospel of Jesus throughout the United States. we are continuing to need haulers all over the state of Pennsylvania, New York, Ohio, West Virginia, Virginia, and North Carolina. So we encourage anyone who would like to get involved in the project, they can give me a call or shoot us a message on our Facebook page, and we would be happy to see what God has in store for them in the project as well.
That's Brittany Eisenman, who organized fellow Northwest Pennsylvania farm families to supply hay to North Carolina farmers in desperate need after Hurricane Helene. Please join us again next time as we search for your home, your town, your hero. It's Hometown Heroes on Family Life.
Thank you for listening to this Family Life News podcast. If you've been encouraged by what you've heard, please share it with others and click the subscribe button to automatically receive future episodes. Family Life is a listener-supported ministry. Podcasts like this are made possible by your financial partnership. Find out more at familylife.org.
From the breaking news stories that are shaping your world to the issues that matter most to you and your family, Family Life News will keep you up to date on what's happening. You'll get the information you need and the faith-based perspective you want from a news team you can trust. Family Life News, covering New York, Pennsylvania, our country, and our world, with hourly newscasts, weekday mornings and afternoons, and our weekday broadcasts of the Noon Report and the 5 o'clock Report. Family Life News, the news you need when you need it. A friend you can turn to, Family Life.